Hi. So normally I start all of my videos with "Hey friends," but this video is special. It is made specifically for the Black women of real estate sorority. We were so honored to be selected to design the website for your sorority. And to give back, we wanted to provide some tips and tricks, things that you could do on your own um, with your website to help you in your own digital marketing campaign. We also offer some discounted services if you're looking for a website design or a digital marketing company. So just look below this video and you'll find more information about that also. But let's talk about things that you can do. So let's start with Google, right? There are lots of search engines out there, but Google is king. Google is the one that everyone runs to, right? And so we follow Google's blueprint of what they're looking for in a website. See, because Google decides who to show what website to, right? So, number one, Google hates those hard sites. Those free hard sites are horrible because they are no different than any other site. They don't have different background information. They don't have different information on the front of the websites. There are no different imagery or text. It's all the same. And so if your website, if your URL, if www.imyourrealtor.com goes to just a hard site, you're not going to pick up more traffic and you're not going to pick up more end users driving traffic to that site. Google likes websites that are, what are we looking for? Consistent, relevant, on task, and easy to use. So, a couple of things. One, make sure that all of your contact information is above the fold. And what I mean by it, that's an old people saying, right? It's newspapers, you fold them up. What I mean by above the fold is it's before you make that first scroll down a website. You want to make sure that the person can either reach you by telephone or by email, that if you have your social medias, that those are up there, that there is a call to action and a way for people to be able to reach you. That makes Google feel like you are making yourself available for their users. So you're not going to give their users a bad experience because they won't be able to contact you. Make sure that you also have a dedicated contact page or a dedicated section on your website where your contact information is, where they can maybe fill out a form field. Google loves form fields. It means that you want to take information in from people, but it also means that you intend to put information back out to them, and they want their users to have that experience. So, number one, make sure your contact information is right there up top where people can find you. And I know it does not always look good. It doesn't. It doesn't make your navigation look awesome. You have gotten this dope logo, and now I want you to stick call your telephone number. I do, because Google wants it there. So we're going to have to make it look good. The next thing we want to focus on is you have gotten licensed in a specific area. That means that you are looking for clients in that area to find you, right? So you want to use words in your content that speak to the area that you're looking to service. Geo-specific keywords. And it's not just, see, back in the day when websites first started, you would just put, I live in Houston. So you would just put Houston, Texas Realtor, Katy, Texas Realtor, Sugar Land Realtor, and you just stuff those words in the website any which way. Yeah, no. Google don't play that no more. Your words need to be placed in a very natural way so that both human beings and search engines, when they read them, understand what they are. And you want to make sure that they're placed in very specific places. So in your headers, you have H1s, H2s, H3s. You want to make sure that you're using those geo-specific keywords in those headers, as well as just very naturally in the words that you're speaking on the site. Google is searching the front of your website, right? It's reading all the stuff on the front of your website. If you don't have enough words on there, and if you haven't used enough keywords, they won't know what to do with you. So we suggest that all websites, each page has over 300 words, and that you really use those geo-targeted keywords in the headers and in the content. That's your second tip. Tip number 3, title your images. It's okay to use Shutterstock or other stock images. It's not, there's no expectation for you to have real images, right? Not from the search engines. Human beings like it. The search engines, they don't think any differently of it. But if you've saved an image from Shutterstock and the title is Shutterstock, a bunch of letters, a bunch of numbers, it doesn't tell Google what's in that image. So it doesn't give Google another hint to what you do. So when you save your images, make sure you're saving them as, for example, for a lot of my clients that are here in Houston, we will save their images as Houston Realtor, or if they're a luxury realtor, Houston Luxury Realtor, or luxury realtor with a zip code. Different things that have different keywords that people use when they're searching. It, one, tells Google what's on that image, but it, two, also tells them who you're looking for, because the image states who you're looking for. That was tip 3. Number 4, don't skip metadata. Now, don't get me wrong. Google will write the metadata based off of what they pull from your website. So based off of the information in the H1s, the information in the paragraphs, the information that's in the background of your images. But it's better to tell a person what you do, right? Than to have them just kind of figure out and confer. So if you write your own metadata for each page, you will tell Google when people are searching where to stick you, if you're the right person for that end user. So make sure, if you're able, that you write your own metadata and that you actually put it on each page for your SEO. And what metadata, let's make sure you know what that is. You Google something, right? And at the very top are the paid ads. And next is the map section. And then after that is the SEO organic section. And you see the name of the company, right? So you Googled red shoes. And then you see the name of the company that has red shoes. And then normally some sort of line about red shoes. That's how they got there. And then a paragraph that says something about having red shoes, right? That's metadata. That tells search engines where to put you. So we've talked a lot about things to do for Google, right? And I go in for Google because Google is how you get there. Let's talk a little bit about human beings. You want to make sure that since you are either an agent or a brokerage, that you have an internal search on your site. One, back to those search engines, it tells them that you're available and that you have houses available to shore people because they can actually search your database. Normally we pull the database right from your HAR. But for human beings, they don't have to go off your website, right? They don't have to go over to Zillow, or they don't have to go over to HAR. They can use your internal search that's powered by HAR to find what they're looking for. So they don't leave your website, so they don't leave you. The last thing, and yes, I took notes to make sure I hit all my points. I'm sure that you service Houston as a whole, Detroit as a whole, Atlanta as a whole, New York as a whole. However, there are neighborhoods that you know more about. There are neighborhoods that you are more familiar with. And if you look at your statistics, there are gonna be places that you've sold more in. Speak them up. Speak them up on your search engine, on your website, because as people are searching in those areas, the search engine will say, ding, 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 I have a real estate talking about houses in Harlem Clark right now. You looking for houses there? Let me send you over. See? I know it's not that any of these things are overly complicated, but when you do them all, along with a slew of other things to websites, they help not only human beings have a beautiful site to look at, something easy to use, but it also helps search engines know who, what, and what you are, and more importantly, where to put you. Those are my tips and tricks for today. We are going to continue to make these videos for the Black women of real estate. We will provide different tips and tricks. We write different blogs, and our social media also frequently gives out website design, social media, SEO tips and tricks that people can use on their own. Yes, we are a full service digital marketing agency. We can make you a beautiful website. We can help you with your social media. We can work on your SEO and your blog writings and send out your emails. But we understand that sometimes people want to do those things themselves. And we feel like if there's something we can do to help you, we should. So we do. You got any questions? Call us. Consultations are always free. And check this page. There'll be blogs and more videos and more tips and tricks and more deals for you. All right. It's so nice to be a part of this team in any way. Y'all have a great day.